Our first performer of the evening, all right? This is a piece entitled Suzy versus the State of California, written and performed by Suzy Pasqualetto. If you'll join us up here, please, with me.
Okay, July 27th. No. Yes? No. Wait. Yeah. Yes? No. Shit. Okay, you know what? The letter says July 27th, so we'll go with that. The point is, it is July and I have a plan. Okay, calling it a plan is a stretch. What I actually have is a letter, but it's July and I have a letter, and the letter says that my current plan... Oh, god damn it, this is already getting confusing. Okay, just to be clear, there's two plans happening here. There's the healthcare plan, which I have, and then there's the plan to get the healthcare plan when my healthcare plan runs out. So just so we're on the same page, right now I have a healthcare plan. And by the grace of the Affordable Care Act, I get to access my mom's healthcare plan for about another month. But I also have a letter dated July 27th that states that when I turn 26, I can continue purchasing that healthcare plan at a rate of $958 per month through Cobra. Okay, no, that's good actually. I can write that down. Okay, yeah, no, that's good. Except that, no, it's not good. It's not good that a mostly healthy 25-year-old should spend $1,000 a month on healthcare. Because my plan, and this time I don't mean my healthcare plan, I mean my what the hell am I doing here in adulthood plan, is to just not pay $958 a month. So in order to do that, I have to go through all the proper channels, which, according to those never-ending radio ads, means I have to start by scheduling an appointment with a Covered California representative, which I do in August. Okay, so August 28th. I still have a whole month exactly to the day until I turn 26. And I still have a healthcare plan, and I still have my plan to get the healthcare plan in place. Okay, so I go to the appointment with the Covered California rep to walk me through the sign-up process, because I'm thinking I might have a little bit of trouble here. It's the nature of my work. I'm a substitute school teacher, and because of that, my income fluctuates month to month, which makes it a little difficult for me to estimate my income month to month. So to help with this, I have brought every pay stub for the year to date, as well as last year's income tax filings. And in spite of this, the woman across the desk seems really nonchalant. She inputs my information, she hits submit, and then she leans across the table and says to me, "So you're going to be denied by Covered California? But it'll take a while for that to actually process. So it'll still go through Covered California, but then they're going to send it to County Social Services, where they'll process it as Medi-Cal. But that's probably going to take 30 days each, so in order to avoid that headache, you should just go to County Social Services as soon as you can." Now, I didn't understand why I was being denied, because I looked at all these income tables, and narrowly, but I should have been getting Covered California with some stipends coming in. So the thing is that the system is only designed to look at your last 90 days of income, which was a problem for me because as a substitute school teacher, coming off of summer vacation, I didn't really have much income. What I had was a couple weeks in June when we were still in school, and a collection of production gigs that I picked up throughout July, and a post-it note with a sad face from August because, yeah, I didn't find any work that month. Now, the woman knew all of this up front, but she still submitted my application with those details. And I was frustrated and upset in that same way we all get angry and confused when there's a parking meter maid who swears that now their hands are tied because they've started writing the ticket, so sorry, you're on the hook for 65 bucks over a 30-second delay. So I go ahead to the County Department of Social Services, give them a call, and see if I can get an appointment. And after I explain my situation to review my Medi-Cal eligibility, I'm told that I just have to wait. If I were to initiate another application, that would trigger a warning in the system that there was a duplicate. Both of my applications would be canceled. We'd have to start this all over again. Okay, so September 28th, I turned 26, or as I prefer to describe it, I celebrated the 10th anniversary of my Sweet 16. And I did this by going to Rocky Horror with some friends, drinking beer, exactly what I had done in high school. And at that point, I have been informed that I will no longer be able to buy an insurance plan, but I have a 30-day grace period. Happy birthday to me. So, November 23rd. After getting a notice in the mail from the County Department of Social Services that they received my eligibility recommendation, I go into the local office. I fill out my paperwork, and I wait. And I wait. And I wait. And 6 hours later, I get called to a booth with a gentleman who seemingly could not be bothered with my circumstances. So again, I present my income stubs year to date. Again, I bring with me last year's tax filings. And again, I'm told that the only thing they want to see are my last 90 days. Now, at this point, again, we're in November, so I'd had a few good months with the schools. And I'm told that I am nowhere near Medi-Cal eligibility. They average those 90 days out, and it's also nowhere near my actual income. So, even though the estimate wasn't accurate, I was told there's no way to overwrite the numbers. And I was told that that information would not get sent back to Covered California either for reconsideration. Even if we could do that for you, from what you're telling me, you would be back in winter break, you wouldn't have the money to get into Covered California anyway, so really, lady, we could just do this forever. He shoves a manila folder across his desk at me and says, you'll get paperwork in the mail. Any issues you have from here, you're gonna have to take up with the state. So, after spending a full day in that building, I found myself literally crying in the parking lot of a welfare office. I needed to refill my birth control, something I had been prescribed for a serious medical condition where I have excessive and extensive bleeding. And that's something that could have been covered for free if I had any form of insurance. But it's something I'm being quoted $85 a month just to go through my previous insurer. So December 10th, after 9 hours on the phone with a pharmacist and my previous doctor's office, I transfer my prescription to a pharmacy where I can enroll in a $1 per pill program. So I go the same day, I pick up my prescription, I pay $28, even though we all know that 7 of those dollars are going to sugar pills. Then it's December 25th. I'm out of town celebrating Christmas with my family, so I don't return until after the new year, and I don't know exactly when I got my next set of letters. But I have 2. One letter explains that I've been denied Medi-Cal, but am being accepted through Covered California. And the other letter says I'm being denied through Covered California, but congratulations, have been accepted through Medi-Cal. Now, both say that if I dispute their findings, I can submit an appeal to the judiciary hearing, and I may choose to represent myself in court or provide my own legal counsel and representation at my own expense. And I laugh. And I laughed hard, actually. God, I laughed hard at that one. As if it wasn't absurd enough that being a substitute school teacher, I work for the government, but now have to go to the government to get health insurance because I can't get it from my employer, which, remember, that's the government also. Now I have 2 letters on the exact same letterhead, on the exact same day, telling me the exact opposite things. Nonetheless, they both confirm that if I want health insurance, I have to go to court now. So March 23rd, after receiving more conflicting notices and continuing attempts to resolve my issue outside of the court, I gather my information, I research the laws, and as best I can, I file an appeal. April 22nd, I receive a response to my appeal, and I just want to quote that because it really sums up the issue in an oh so nice way. For whatever reason, the county office changed your income from the previously estimated figure, coincidentally, to an amount that is exactly 6 times greater. But, I have to I don't know why they adjusted your income, but that would be your current problem. I'm also provided with a form to sign saying that my issue has been resolved. Yeah, it wasn't. So May 16th, after continued pursuit of that judiciary hearing and a brief consultation with representatives from both Covered California and Medi-Cal, I have my hearing. I represent myself, and I present a streamlined version of this timeline that I'm reading to you now. The judge grants that barring major changes in income, I will be eligible to receive Medi-Cal for a year. Except it's actually the remainder of the year, but hey, hallelujah, right? So I didn't technically win that day in court, but it still felt like a win. Despite the insane bureaucratic process that I'd gone through, there was this sense that if we could just cut through the red tape and the kinks in the system, that you could make good decisions benefiting public health policy as well as individual interests. And that feeling slowly subsided over the next several months of 30-day processing periods where I didn't actually have access to health care. It wasn't until September, more than a year after I had applied for coverage, that I was able to schedule an appointment with a doctor. It was hard not to feel defeated, also knowing that that left me less than 4 months before I would have to apply again and be brought into this bureaucratic nightmare all over again. But even still, that day in court gave me this sense that we all could feel a little bit of a win if we all could have that access extended to us all. Thank you.